Hello, Shining Ones. Megas here on a beautiful day in Asha. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi. And we're going to be reading from Zarathustra's writings. This is the original prophet of the very first religion. And my friends, it's powerful. And we're going to be talking about the third Saoshyant, which is what we call Frashokereti, when heaven comes to earth, when love and truth actually reigns. And we talked about this last week. Can truth and love really win over hate and anger and unforgiveness and guns and bombs and violence? How does love and truth win? And so if you didn't see that video, just go to the homepage, go back about a week, you'll see it. Can love and truth really save the world? And it ties in perfect with this. This is almost a part two, but I'll title this the third Saoshyant because you can see that it has a lot to do with you, Magi. This is why we're here in this time, in this timeline. Why we're here now is for the third Saoshyant, my friends. And we have to let it be born in us. Through pure virgin consciousness, the Savior is born, right? Zoroaster, he was born by a virgin mother in the water. Water represents mind. When you have a pure mind, you know only good. You don't know a God that loves and hates, can heal our sin, sickness, and disease, can be at peace or be a warring God, killing, smiting men, women, and children. As long as you become one union with a God of frequency like that, you'll always create it in your world. But the third Saoshyant comes from the pure virgin consciousness, Asha 2, where you know only good, my friends. And oh my God, wait till you see this. So we're in Song 10, verse 8. And I'll get right to the message, but I got to share how cute it is, how it came up. So it's the writings of Zarathustra. And I wanted to take the essence of each song, the word in the words, and put it in a book. And then, of course, Sohana helped me write it. And in verse 8, it says, I thus proclaim with all I am, Asha, the law, the living lamb, the truth, the good mind, forever the same, peace, wholeness, immortality, one flame. And I love that. I proclaim with all that I am, right? My very life has become the prayer. I am the love. I am the peace. I'm the joy. I'm the power. I'm the freedom. I'm the God good. And I proclaim it with my very essence and being and life, and the world reflects it. My friends, and Asha is actualized. But hear this one part, the living lamb. And I remember when Sohana put that line in there, and I just thought, oh my God, that's beautiful poetry, right? And it went so good. But then when I go to teach it, right, you have to fully understand something to be able to teach it. And so I asked Sohana, I'm all, what's a living lamb? And she said, it's not a sacrificial lamb. It's what the Magi are, right? We came from pureness into a mixed world, a world of darkness and wolves, but we came as pure, like lambs. My friends, we didn't come to fight. We didn't come in violence. We came just to shine that divine spark, that Fravashi in us. To be the love so strong that the low frequencies of hate and fear and greed and distress and disease can't live in its presence. To be a light so bright that the darkness flees before us. Harvatat, a wholeness, a health so strong that sickness dies when it touches us. And my friends, we are that lamb. And what it is, it's peace. It's the lamb amongst the wolves. And we don't let ourselves wolf out, right? We don't let the darkness of the world dim our light. We are the living lamb. It's showing us how to live Asha. We be the peace. That's our power. My friends, we don't let the world change us and get us in anger and distress and fear. We hold that frequency. Then it takes us to Asha 15. Asha 15 says, tell the truth. This is how we bring Frashokereti. Frashokereti, again, it's heaven on earth. It's Asha actualized. It's the third Saoshyant. My friends, this is how we do it. Tell the truth. Giving true witness, a man will be saved. Only think and speak truth, get this, to yourself. You're not trying to convince anyone else. You're not trying to convert. My friends, you're speaking truth to yourself, and it will form. Think God's highest idea of truth, Asha, and live. Keep the power of truth in mind and make it your model. My friends, there's power in truth. And then trust God and let it be, because it already is. You're going to see it already is. It makes me think of when the disciples said, Jesus, when will heaven come to earth? And he said, it's already here, guys, but you don't see it because you're blinded with the wrong thoughts and ideas and stories about who God is and who you are and what this world is. You're holding the wrong frequency. You got too much anger. You got too much like James and John. Hey, that town, they rejected our message, Jesus. Let's call down fire from heaven like Elias did. And Jesus said, you don't know what spirit you're of. My friends, the spirit that you are is the prayer that you are, is the world that you call in. I proclaim with all that I am. Asha. And then you see it already is. And I love this, it says, don't worry or strive to make something happen. Don't try and force it. Just align. My friend, you can't kick the door down for this. You can't fight any devil, any man for this. All you can do is attune yourself. How do I do that, Magus? You're not going to find it in history. This has never been done before. This is the third Saoshyant. My friends, you can't look back in history and say, well, this is how they did it. My friends, this is why we are here. And we go inside. We brought that spark, that song, that frequency in us. And we fast from the outside world. We close our eyes and ears to the hell that's been made with those false gods and those horrible stories, those ridiculous religions and governments, so-called entertainment and music and movies that are just absolute hell that has become a part of people's psyche, and they project it onto the world. We close our eyes and ears to all that. And we go inside to that pure song, that pure light, unmixed, undefiled, undiluted, Zoroaster, pure starlight. And we attune ourselves to that, and we hold that light, and magic happens. And my friends, my God, have I seen it? You probably be thinking, Magus, how does that work? I could give you many, many examples. We've had how many testimonies? For you guys who've been here for years, how many testimonies have we seen of people's lives change? But I'll give you one of my own. I was a young man, and a friend of mine was walking to work in a pretty bad part of town. And I was in the car with my dad, probably an hour or more away, I'm guessing. She was up in the mountains. I was down in San Bernardino. And I heard God speak to me so clearly, and Spirit said, pray. And I said, what's wrong? And this is all happening in my mind. I said, is it my mom? Spirit said no, and gave me the name of the person to pray for, my friend. And so I started praying. Protection. And then I got a complete peace. And then when I saw this person later that day, I said, what happened I looked at the clock at the time, at this exact time that God would speak to me so clear and tell me to pray for you. She started crying because at that exact time she was walking to work, and a carload of men pulled up, said grab her. They're trying to abduct her. And she called out on the name of the Lord, and they froze, she said, like statues. And she ran off. My friends, that's the power of Asha. That's the power of Vohumana, the Christ mind, the God mind. That's the power of the all good God. It's more powerful than evil men. It's more powerful than weapons. It's more powerful than hate and anger, sickness, disease, distress, anxiety. It's more powerful than world religions, world governments. My friends, because it's the only thing that's real. It's the capital T truth above all that they call truth. They can call it anything they want. They can call it God, but if it ain't good, it ain't God. Just because they call something sacred doesn't mean it's safe. Just because something's ancient doesn't mean it's wise. My friends, what's the spirit, the energy behind the words they're saying? What's the energy in the words? In Zoroaster, my friends, restores the all-good God. Our God doesn't get angry, jealous, hate, war, kill men, women, and children. He never tells you to stone your own children when they're disrespectful. He doesn't say, if you love me, prove it, kill your own son. He doesn't tell you go into war, kill men, women, children, bring back the money to them. My friend, he doesn't tell you it's okay to have little women, children, sex slaves. He doesn't have his prophet kill, 42 young children because they made fun of his bald head. Sure, that's hurtful, but that's not what you do. It's not God. You can call it something else, but don't call it good. Don't call it God. Maybe it's your Jehovah. Maybe it's your Allah. Maybe it's a Shiva the Destroyer. I don't know what spirit's behind your names, but I do know the all-good spirit, the all-good God is just good, undefiled, undiluted, unmixed, pure, good God. We never have to go to apologetics course in Zoroastrianism to try to explain away the atrocities of the stories in our book, because get this, they're just good stories because our God is just good. Let that blow your mind. A God that's just good, beautiful, and that's the original religion, the original God. And we have the original writings, my friends, that the world has tried so hard to get rid of, but the Magi keep coming and we keep shining and we keep yelling about it, that Asha is, love is, peace is, joy is, power is. We haven't come to vote about it. We're not going to argue about it. My friends, we come just to shine and change this world. And as we hold Asha, we create Asha. And as more of us are waking up, my friends, and speaking out with a prayer that has become our life, we are seeing it. My friends, I've already seen it in my life, in my land, in my heart, in my world. My friends, it's time to bring it to all. That's why we came. That's why it says in our holy text, we stood outside of time and space before we came into the earth. And God said, the earth needs you. Will you go? You're going to be coming from this pure state into a mixed world. My goodness, in your very body is going to be past sins from grandma and grandpa, mom and dad. There's violence and anger and perversions and addictions, but they need you. Will you go and bring that light and that divine spark? And as you grow and you awaken, my friends, you'll make a difference. And you saw in Vohumana, the God mind, your life from beginning to end, and you chose to come. And my friends, let me tell you this. If you could have ever been separated, sent to hell, you wouldn't have come. God wouldn't have sent you. That has never been part of our story. Completely different than the Abrahamic religions. They tell you Adam and Eve, they ate a fruit and it cursed everything and everyone, and now you're worthy to burn in hell for eternity, but you need a Savior. And say this prayer. But my friends, our message says you're a hero. You chose to come. You saw what you'd go through and you came anyway. You're not a dirty sinner. You're a hero. So my friends, start acting like it and start burning bright. Hold that love. Forgive the unforgivable. My friends, be the peace, the joy, the power, the freedom. Be Asha. I am Asha. Out of that pure virgin consciousness. Asha 2 says it so beautifully. Know only good. Perceive and understand only the good, and let your experience and practice be the same. My friends, we don't know good and evil. We don't hold good and evil. We don't hold light and dark. We don't need the darkness to know what the light is. We don't have to know what hate is to know what love is. I come from love. I come from the light. It is what I am. I know it inside and out, and that's why I've come here to shine it and to remove that darkness and to remove that lie. They want to keep you, my friends, bound, just like they tried to combine good and evil. They put God on a continuum with good and evil. If man's acting the fool, they say God can come down from his high standing, get angry, jealous, hate, war, kill, smite men, women, and children. My friends, that's a lie. As long as you hold that lie, that monster God, that mixed God, that schizophrenic God, you're going to be a madman creating a mad world. But my friends, it's time for the Magi. The third Saoshyant is rising. The light is burning bright. The dawn is breaking through, and the night is being removed. And Asha is shine bright Magi. And I love you.